It's David Wowee. How does Honkai Star Rail's pity system work, and how can you game it to get the exact character you want? I'll explain it to you right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help us compete with the bigger channels, and if you want to show some extra love, donate a thanks or become a super member and get some sweet perks. So what is Honkai Star Rail's pity system? For those who are completely new to Honkai Star Rail is a gacha game, meaning that to get the latest and greatest characters or light cones, you need to get them through these things called banner warps, which are pretty much like lucky draws. You do a pull in these warps and maybe you get the prize you want. Usually you have a single or 10 pull available in each warp. With Honkai Star Rail, the chances of you getting exactly what you want during these pulls are incredibly low. If it wasn't for the pity system. The pity system increases our chances of getting exactly what we want after a period of time. Hence the term pity system, because they got us all looking so pitiful. But there are tricks to this, and if you do it right, you're going to get what you want. So how does the pity system work? There are two types of pity in this game. Hard pity and the mysterious soft pity. Hard pity is a guaranteed type of light cone or character on a specific pull. For example, on the limited character warp, you'll get a guaranteed 5-star character after 80 pulls. I'll explain each warp banner soon. Then we have the unofficial soft pity. What is soft pity? Like kids who believe in Santa Claus, Honkai Star Rail players generally believe soft pity to be a real thing, even if it's not officially confirmed by HoYoverse. What soft pity does is that it supposedly increases your chances of getting that character or light cone you want, and the following numbers are debatable depending who you ask, but apparently the chance of you getting the character or light cone you want increases between your 75th and 90th pull. This will make more sense for you soon. But in the meantime, hard pity means guaranteed results, soft pity means better results the more you pull. But there's more. Let's look at how pity applies to each type of warp in Honkai Star Rail. First, let's start with the departure warp, which is the special warp that you get if you're a new player to the game. The pity system here is that every set of 10 pulls will guarantee you at least one 4-star item, and by the 50th pull, you'll be guaranteed a random 5-star character. The departure warp will no longer appear once you've gotten that guaranteed 5-star character. So that's the departure warp, which is for newbies, and it's pretty simple. So whenever you go to the warp section in this game, you'll see the regular banner called the Stellar Warp. This banner doesn't go away, and all non-event and non-exclusive characters and light cones are available in this warp. So you won't get one of the brand new characters or light cones here, but you will have the chance of getting some of the classics. At first glance, the rates of pulling anything in this warp looks super low. You have a 5.1% chance of getting a 4-star and a really sad 0.6% chance of getting a 5-star. But don't cry! Thanks to the pity system, things will look brighter for you, man. These percentage rates increase over time, where you get an average 13% chance of getting a 4-star character or light cone, or a 1.6% chance of getting a 5-star character or light cone. Allegedly! And the pity system gets even better with the guaranteed hard pity. Every 10 pulls will guarantee at least a 4-star character or light cone, with a 0.6% chance of getting a 5-star character or light cone. And on the 90th warp in the Stellar Warp banner, which is just 10 pulls, you'll be guaranteed a 5-star character or light cone. On top of that, on the 300th warp, you get to choose a guaranteed 5-star character to join your team. But keep watching, as this isn't the most popular banner, because most people want the most popular character, and this is how you get them. Before that though, let's look at the pity system for regular light cone warp banners called light cone event warps. These are limited time banners that usually coincide with the limited character banners that I'll talk about soon. Light cone banners increase the rate of you pulling 4 and 5-star light cones rather than characters. For those who are new to the game, light cones are kind of like Honkai Star Rail's version of weapons you get in other RPGs. Like rare characters, you can also get rare light cones, and they can be really useful in battle. As a base rate, you get a 6.6% chance of getting a 4-star character or light cone and a 0.8% 8% chance of getting a 5-star light cone. But with the pity system, you apparently get a 14.8% chance of getting a 4-star character or light cone and a 1.87% chance of getting that sweet 5-star light cone. Does a 1.87% chance for a 5-star light cone still sound horrible to you? It is horrible because that's like a 98% chance of failure. But thanks to the hard pity, you'll be guaranteed a 4-star light cone every 10 pulls, a guaranteed 4-star feature light cone after 20 pulls, and a 5-star light cone after every 80 pulls. But don't get all happy on me just yet, because even if you're guaranteed a 5-star light cone on the 80th pull, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get the main 5-star light cone being advertised in the banner. This guaranteed 5-star gives you a 75% chance of getting the featured light cone and a 25% chance of getting another 5-star light cone that will probably make you cry and think of the world as this cruel place to live in. Anyway, this isn't the main reason why you're here. Let's look at how the pity system works for the limited event character event warp banners. Limited time character event warp banners are probably the most popular banners in the game. This is because it's with these warps that you can get the newest, most hyped on social media characters in the game. So in these warps, without any pity, you get a 5.1% chance of getting a 4-star character or light cone, and then a 0.6% chance of getting a 5-star character. With pity, you'll supposedly get around a 13% chance of getting a light cone and an average 1.6% chance of getting a 5-star character. Remember, soft pity is when your rates increase possibly between the 70th and 90th pulls, so you don't get increased rates right away.
Allegedly!
How about guaranteed pity? Your 10th pull in these limited character event warps is guaranteed to be a 4-star or higher item, where you have a 99.4% chance of getting a 4-star and a 0.6% chance of getting a 5-star character. You also get a guaranteed 4-star featured character by the 20th pull. So even by 20 pulls, you'll get at least one decent 4-star character. But it gets better. If you don't get a 5-star character after the 89th pull, the 90th pull in this warp will give you a guaranteed 5-star character, which is great. But like with a light cone event warp, it doesn't mean you get the featured 5-star character right away. But unlike the light cone event warp, which gives you a 75% chance of getting what you want, this time you only get a 50% chance of getting the character you want. This is why you hear people saying they passed or failed their 50-50 when you hear them talking about it online. They're referring to when they pulled a 5-star character and if they got that featured character or if they didn't. But the good news, thanks to the pity system, if the first 5-star character you get is not the desired character you want, the next 5-star will be. So for this banner, in summary, every 10th pull, you're guaranteed at least a 4-star character or light cone. Every 20th pull, you're guaranteed the featured 4-star character. On the 90th pull, you're guaranteed a 5-star character, but there's a 50-50 chance of getting the featured character. But don't weep just yet if you don't get the featured character. You're guaranteed that featured character the next time you pull a 5-star character. What? So technically, you'll be guaranteed to get the featured character you want on the 180th pull. So you only need a maximum of 18 10 pulls to get exactly who you want, which is pretty generous, especially as some gacha games, another Eden, guarantee nothing on free pulls. So let's do the maths. One pull is 160 Stellar Jades or one special pass. To get 180 pulls, you need 28,800 Stellar Jades or 180 special passes to guarantee a featured 5-star character. And hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll get the 5-star character you want before those 180 pulls. But there's one big question remaining. Does pity carry over? So let's say you try really hard to get 180 pulls in one character banner, but then you fail, right? Will the game remember how many pulls you did when the next character banner comes out? The short answer is yes, but with restrictions. The carryover pity only happens to the same type of warp. For example, if you do 45 pulls on one character event warp, but don't get the character you want, your counter towards the 90th free 5-star is remembered in the game. In the next character event warp, you're guaranteed to get a 5-star character with a 50% chance of getting the featured on the 45th pull, as that's the 90th pull in your total accumulated warps. But your character event warp counter won't carry over to the light cone event warp banner and vice versa. It only applies to the same type of warp banner. You can actually track how far you are in this counter by going to the warp and then tapping the view details button and then pressing records. So this doesn't actually have an automatic counter. You actually have to manually count the pulls you did from the last 5-star you did in the list, but it's a rough way of counting where you are in this pity. Also remember that this counter resets when you pull a 5-star.